Are we live? We're going live. We're live! Hello! Hello, Twitch and YouTube. Sinner says, watching from Heist Bank. That is a lovely pizza restaurant, bar, pub thing. That's where we did the Gleam meetup a few weeks back. And it's not too far from here, so wow! You're very close to me. Hey, Ace Pie, how's it going? I'm not going to continue Redis today. I think everyone really enjoyed Redis. Loads of people watched, quite a few people watched live, and then loads of people have watched the video. More than normal, so we'll do more Redis, but not today because I don't have much time. I've got to go out in the evening, so if I get distracted doing another 5 hours of Redis, it will be a bad idea. How does my microphone sound? All good? I'm just going to assume it's working well. Who knows, eh? Put on my programming gloves, because I don't have programming socks. Sounds good? Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks for the follow. Link 000000000. I think that's the right number of zeros. Oh, good, good. Okay, I should do something. What am I going to do? So, I thought it'd be nice to try and like bust through some little bugs and bits and bobs that have been piling up. So we've got there's a project called Glance. My shirt's annoying me already. Excuse me. There's a library called Glance, which I wrote, which is a Gleam parser written in Gleam. So if you want to make a linter or formatter, I mean, we've already got one of those, but or some kind of static analysis, or maybe a code generator or something. Code generator, I don't know. If you want to make lots of things that sort of work with Gleam in a meta way, this could be quite useful. Yeah, and I wrote this parser. I didn't write the parser for Gleam that is in the Gleam compiler. I wrote the first Gleam parser, and it turned out to be, it wasn't great. I was using a Rust library, which I wasn't particularly satisfied with in the end. And then someone just one day made a pull request, deleting it and replacing it with an entirely new parser. Which normally I say, like, I don't want people to make massive changes to the code base without any discussion whatsoever. But this person just did it, and it was really well done. Like, it was much faster, much faster. So I was like, okay, fine. So we're using that one now. That was Greg, who sort of vanished. He's not around anymore. I've emailed him once because he's got a package name that I really like, and he's not using it. But yeah, I don't know. He just seems to have vanished. So I hope he's doing well, Greg. His pass is still very much appreciated. So yeah, this is the second. This is the second Gleam parser that I've written. The other Gleam parser that's around is the Tree Sitter, and that was who wrote the Tree Sitter. My memory's terrible. Tree Sitter Gleam. Of course, it was Jonathan. Good, Jonathan. Hey, welcome. Oh. It's actually Jeff Mangles. What's your first name? Is it Jeff? Did I invent that? Jeremy? J.F. Mangles. GitHub. Oh, Jaren. Am I pronouncing that right? Jaren? Good. So let's do some coding stuff. Oh, excuse me. I seem to have got a permanent cold at the moment. I think that might just be part of living in England, eh? Yerun. Ah. Yerun. Yerun? 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 I feel quite self-conscious when I stream. Okay, so let's look at some bugs. Good enough, that's all I want. I just want to be good enough that I don't offend anyone. I want people to believe I tried. Good. Oh no, this is the wrong repo. This is the good repo. Right, so oh, there's a pull request. What's this one for? Oh yeah, I remember this, and then it wasn't has some feedback to finish. Okay, so it used to be that in Gleam these two syntaxes did the same thing because this was a replacement for this. So they were both accepted concurrently for a while while people migrating their code over, but this one was deprecated. And now this passes, but it does something different. This is a panic with a message, so you throw an exception basically saying, in this case, foo. And this one is throw an exception, and the value that the exception throwing evaluates to, which is nothing, use that as a function call. So it doesn't do anything because this function call never gets reached because you've already thrown by now. This is dead code. So I want to fix that. Oh, yeah, here we go. Peter's saying that this is probably also broken. It probably hard codes it to a string when it accepts an expression now that evaluates to a string. And fix post does. I'm not sure what that one is, but we'll find that out. So it looks like there's a bunch of things to fix, and there's a bunch of people making a linter at the moment, or at least they're talking a lot about making a linter. I don't know how much work's actually been done on it, but at some point we'll have a linter, and I think it's being used for this, so it'd be good to fix things for them. It's also used for a few other things, like exorcisms test running tooling uses it as well. So let's fix it. Let's go for the panic one to start first. Remove old panic. So panic. So here we go. Here's the test for what it here's the test for what it was, which was correct, but it's now a bug. So this should no longer return. What? Let's find a call. Call. Okay, so so it's an expression. Oh, this is the wrong test. I'm looking in completely the wrong place. How silly of me. Here we go. Good. So what have we got here? In here it should say none because there's no message for this anymore. And the first, there's only one field. What are we doing here? I'm fixing some bugs in a Gleam parser. A Gleam parser written in Gleam. And the one specifically I'm fixing at the moment is that the before version 1, the syntax for adding a message to a panic, an exception roughly, changed. And the parser still accepts both the old and new formats. And that's a problem because the old format is still valid syntax, but it doesn't do the same thing it used to do. So the AST that's produced is incorrect. So I'm doing fixing lots of little annoying little things that have been around for a little while. So we are calling this panic that has nothing, and this is not an int, this is a string, and it has the message, huh? And boom, there we go. And it's meant to be a list of statements, not expressions, so expression. Boom, there we go. So that type checks. Oh, look at that. The test failed. Ooh, how exciting. Oh, good, good, good. Yep. I saw the comment from Nightbot in Twitch chat, and I was like, oh no, it's talking about Redis, but we're not doing Redis today. But no, it's just sharing my referral link. I want to do Redis again next time, but I've got to go out late afternoon, early evening today. And that means that I'm not going to have enough. I can't afford to like get sucked into a rabbit hole. Rabbit hole? It wasn't a rabbit hole. To get sucked into a project and have lots of fun, but then do another 5 hours streaming. So I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do some like small incremental things, fix a few bugs, such as let's pin that. Let's pin that. Such as, let's find the implementation of the parser. So panic. Where do we do some panics? Here we go. So here we say panic keyword, left paren, string, right paren. So we can get rid of that. Boom. That's fixed it. In fact, let's change the name of this. No, let's just push to main. Why not? Oh, I shouldn't use this terminal because it's behind me. Let's not use that then. That is good. And that looks good. I should update the change log. Oh yeah, we're gonna have the same for to do, aren't we? So let's find the same thing for to do. Oh, is there not one? That's interesting. Is it to do? Oh look, here we go. Here, okay. Oh, here it is. It's because it had a escaped quote in it. So, the panic is a keyword in Gleam or not? It is a keyword in Gleam. Yes, it is a keyword. It's the same. It's the same as throw new exception, roughly. It's when you say something's gone horribly wrong. We should never get here and die. But it's not like exceptions in languages like JavaScript and Python and such, because they're never used for flow control. It's always something's gone wrong, and then there's no way to logically proceed through this, so let's terminate the program. Or if you're in the, it might be called to some higher level sort of non-local error handling thing, but it's much closer to like Rust or Go. So it is technically possible to handle them, but it's very strongly encouraged that you don't use them for flow control, and they would be very awkward to use for flow control. Good, so let's do exactly the same thing here that we did at the last one. So the only difference is going to be, it's going to be to do rather than panic. Yep. Nice, it fails. excuse me. In the same way. So I'm going to guess it's in the same function somewhere. Aha, here we go. Exactly the same thing. So to do, left paren, a string, then a right paren. We don't need a special case for that anymore. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's add those. Oh, I've really got to remember not to use this terminal. So, yep, that's the fix. And that's the test. And that's the changelog. Remove special case for old to do panic message syntax. I don't need to say special case. I could just say remove old to do panic message syntax. Nice. Oh, and I should say it closes that. This one. Let's snap that. Closes. I'm not sure why you. So you're saying to do is a to do AST node, but to do brackets is a core node without a to do AST node. Feels a bit inconsistent. No, it is a to do with a to do AST node. Let's have a look again. So yeah, look, it's a call to a to do, and so here's to do. You could put anything here. You know, you could say here's a random variable name. Here's a module access. You know, here's a different call. There's a bunch of calls. You know, any expression goes there, and everything in Gleam is an expression. So a to do and a panic, they never actually return anything because they raise. But as far as the you know the language is concerned, you know, you can use them in place of an expression. That's what they're for. What is to do none? It's an optional message. So I could instead say, let's find to do as. Here you go. So here we've got a to do with a message. So you can say to do with no message. Whoops, I can't spell. To do with no message, and to do with a message. We're saying as, and then some expression afterwards that evaluates to a string. There you go. Did I just change anything? I don't know. But we did close this. And do the tests still pass? Yeah, nice. Let me tick that off my to-do list. What number is this? This is 17. Marvelous. So there was another to-do related, panic to-do related thing. So panic, you can't put a different expression in it. Okay, that's fine, we can do that. Let's go. So we're gonna have to change a few things here. Nice. Okay, so I saw your coding for a few hours without music, and it was crazy at first. Then I tried it, and it was really comfy. Yeah, so I sort of go back and forth really. Sometimes I have a video on, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I stream. And when I started streaming, I would listen to music, but these days I'm not really. I think yeah, it helps me to talk a little bit, I think. And also, it feels a bit weird that I'm listening to music and the audience isn't, and I feel nervous about streaming my music because of copyright things I just don't want to deal with. And I know there's ways to like only stream it to Twitch with music and then to YouTube not have music and then not put it in the Twitch version, but it's all just a bit too complicated for me, really. You know, put your own music on, folks. Then what is to do? I'm not sure if I already answered this. What is to do brackets something? That's just a function call where instead of saying what the function you're calling is, you know, like a variable, for example, you just put a to do in there. So that presumably means you haven't finished your code yet, but it's also possibly a mistake. What is the use case for a Gleam parser in Gleam? Lots of things. Tooling, mostly. So static analysis, linting, security analysis. The exorcism test runner uses it to identify things about the code. They've got a thing called a representer, which is supposed to be a tool for helping people review code, which would use this, but we haven't done it yet. Excuse me, gosh. Right, so I want to make a test. To do as expression. To do as block. Is this my issue report? Mad Veru. Oh, maybe. Which one was yours? Did you do... We've just closed one. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, so we've just closed your one. Well, this is Man Veru and you're Mad Veru, so I think perhaps you're related. But we've just fixed your one, and now we're going to go on to Peter's one. where panic now accepts an expression rather than just a string literal. So let's do that, eh? So we're going to have to change the data structures for this one. So to do as block, let's use the example that Peter gave. There we go. And so now we want to say that this is is there a block? Yes, okay. So to do sum block expression. Oh, it's getting a bit verbose. Passes are so verbose. Expression, or ASTs more accurately, are so verbose. Oh no. And that, no, this is a string. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have I got that right? No. 1, 2. Da, 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 da. No. One more. Nice. So let's change our type definition so that passes, because we've changed it from just being a string to now it being some arbitrary expression. To do. Nope, it's not an option. It's an expression. No, an option of expression, not the other way around. Nice. Nice. And I guess we should do the same thing for panic as well. And let's also make a copy of this test for, oops, I didn't mean to delete it. I meant to copy it. Panic. To do panic, panic. Panic. Cool. No more diagnostics to get to. Okay, so the error's in here. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. For now, let's actually use our favorite to do. And we can do the same thing here. And now we can go fix the tests. So expression, no, to do some string. There we go. Same again. Nice, and now that's going to crash anytime there's a to do. Which is a lot. Right, so now we need to be a bit cleverer. So here we've got this case where there is an as. We can't rely on it being a string anymore. So let's make it into a new function called parse to do. Is that what we call them? We call them parse things? No, we're not. We're just putting the name of them. So we say to do. I'll put a little underscore on it because to do is a keyword. Gosh, I'm very achy today. I think I slept funny. Tokens. There we go. And we can get rid of that. So what's the API for these things? To do. Just take some tokens in and we return a, gosh, this is a very complicated type signature I've gone for. Is there a simpler one? Result of a tuple of the two things. Okay. Yes, a to do is an expression, so it's going to return a to do. And let's do the same thing for panic. Where is panic? There it is. Oh, well, we could even make these work the same way, couldn't we? Because they're very similar. Lovely. Oh, but it's meant to return. It's meant to return an optional expression. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Thanks for the follow, Nick Monad. Ooh, good classical functional name there. And QCK, and Mixed Nuts, and Kappa Mappa, and Lucas Drapid. Thank you so much for the follows. It's lovely how every time I stream, a bunch of new people turn up. It's cool. It's cool. It's very satisfying. So I think both of these we can delegate to a helper called to-do panic. And pass in the tokens, and then we can pass in the constructor that we want, which will be to-do in this case. And in this case, it's going to be panic, because they've got the same function signature, so they're both functions. To-do panic. Dest, howdy, hello. Hello. Hey, Null Pointer 0 is raiding with a party of 1. Welcome. Party of 1 is still a party. That's good. My second ever raid. And the smallest possible raid. I like it. And then we're going to take a constructor. So that's either to-do or panic. There's ASD constructors. And that's going to take an optional expression. And then we're going to return whatever horrible long type this is meant to return. And it is erroring because I put, syntax error. I was not expecting this. Weren't you? Why not? Why weren't you expecting that? What have I done wrong here? I was expecting a function parameter. Oh no. There we go, that's why. I wrote my type annotation wrong. So this is meant to take, I've said token here, this is meant to say tokens. Nice. So we're back to it compiling but failing. Maybe it's a stupid question, but why isn't there a Gleam/net library for HTTP things? Because it's not something that the core team are maintaining. So there are really good network and HTTP related libraries, but they're community efforts. Like, not everything needs to be done by the core team. So the core team is primarily me, and I've only got so much time. So if something is maintained by by me, there's going to be a lot more waiting for me to do something, because I'm going to be focusing on that language server and these sort of stuff. I made this parser, for example, and while it is, I think it's pretty all right code and people are using it, it's these bug fixes have been waited a while for me to get around to fixing them, because I've been focusing on more impactful things, while the HTTP, so for example, the Mist and Glisten, that's a HTTP server and a TCP server, respectively, which you can use in any projects and used by loads of projects. When there's a problem with those, they get fixed immediately because the maintainers interested in it, just in those things. So, there is nothing particularly good. There's nothing particularly special about having the word, about being an official Gleam project. it's the Gleam is a community project, you know. We want to spread the work out and have, you know, all these brilliant minds do things, and other people are going to do a much better job at making HTTP and TCP libraries than me, to be honest. You know, we don't want the core maintainership to be where projects go to die. No, we want to make sure that everything stays well maintained. Our packages in a single namespace like Rust, yes, that is dictated by Hex, the package managing system we use, and that's shared across all of the Erlang ecosystem. And they don't have namespaces, no. We've also got a single module namespace, which is shared with Erlang and Elixir, and LFE and whatever other languages. And that's a property of the Erlang virtual machine. So in that case, that's not like Rust, because in Rust, modules are namespaced inside projects, packages rather. So let's look at what the tokens are. And if it's something, we just return constructor. Oops, I did exactly the same typo twice there. Very talented programmer me. Oh look, some of them are failing. Fewer of them are failing now. And that's because we haven't covered the case where we haven't covered the as case. I can't remember what the token definition looks like. Okay, let's copy that. So if there is some tokens, what do we want to do? Now we want to do, is that like a pass? I want to see an expression function. Expression. Fun expression. Okay, so there is one, and that returns a result. Okay. So I think in this case I want to say reason is going to be the result of parsing an expression from the remaining tokens. Yes, and there's no extra delimiter. So at this point, we can just then return something very similar to this. Oh, we can even pop it down here. Okay, so we can say like, let reason, oops, but spell reason correctly. Oh gosh, I did it wrong twice. So if there's no as, there's no reason. Nice. Oh. There we go. Oh. Oh no. Okay, no. What that refactoring I did is silly. That doesn't help at all. Let's just pretend that never happened, eh? Good. Okay, this is much easier. So, some reason. Okay, we're failing a little bit. Why is that? As block test. Okay, so these are the two new tests I added, and they're failing because I can point at them. The line numbers are wrong. That's fine. I never actually bothered editing the line numbers when I wrote these tests. So panic as block. This one is meant to be 40. This one's probably going to be 41, right? No, 39. Gosh, I do feel tired. I hope I'm not getting ill. I'm going out later. Maybe I should take some painkillers to help with the. Yeah, maybe I'll do that in a wee bit. Oh, awesome! So there we go. We've implemented the support for. Oh, what is this? Do I want to hard reset? Gosh, no, I really do not want to do that. I have no idea what button I pressed. Gosh, that would have been really upsetting. That would have sucked. Okay. So we've got rid of the panics. Oops. I don't know what I just pressed there. I'm not very good at lazy git, as you can probably tell. Right, so why is this not going? Oh, there we go. So I've got rid of the panics. I've moved the to-do and the panic together, and I've delegated into some functions. It seems a bit pointless having those intermediate functions. So let's get rid of those. There we go. What Vim plugin are you using for the Git commands? So the distribution of NeoVim I'm using is Lazy Vim, and it comes with Lazy Git out the box, which is the same thing. And I'm not really used to these, like, I'm used to the command line, so this is a bit new to me, but I'm quite enjoying it. I keep pressing buttons and it does things. I'm like, oh! Like just then I nearly deleted all my changes, which would have been, that would have been awful. I think I would have rage quit, and the rest of the stream would have turned into me trying to work out how to remove Lazy Vim from my NeoVim config. Okay, so there we go. We didn't need those intermediate functions. It's not really simpler. And this fella, that's updating the test to be the new, what does one call it? To be the new AST definition. That's the test for the new thing. New AST definition and the new test. Easy. Oh, I should actually commit, shouldn't I? To do and panic can take expressions. Close it. Oh, closes. Where's my mouse? There it is. Peter will be happy since he asked for this in January. I'm very sorry, Peter. I'm very good at not finishing the things that Peter asks for. Oh, I didn't update the changelog. The panic and to-do AST nodes have been updated to take expressions as the error message to match current Gleam. I don't know how to amend in here, so I just use this. Good. No, I didn't want to. Oh, gosh. And then I can push. And this should be closed. Yeah. That was well timed. I felt quite good then. Hey Louis, have you heard of the PA programming language? It's a programming language in which programs look like abstract paintings. Oh, I've heard of this. Yes. I really like Estolangs. Is that what they're called? Language programming. Look how lovely this is. Hello world. That's so pretty. If JPEG compressed. It'd be nice if they had slightly better color scheme than that. It's not great, is it? Or can I? Do I have to use that one? I'm not sure. This is the one you're talking about. Hola Hola We Dem Boys. What a username. What a name. Fantastic. I love it. There's an IDE for it. Oh, so nice. Right. Can we make Lucy? I'm not much of an artist, as you can probably tell. So here's the middle. And then here's the... Oh, no, I want to undo that one. Oh dear, it's very hard to do a small star on a grid. Oh no, it's all gone horribly wrong. Lucy B and O up. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Can you run it? It doesn't. I can't see anywhere it says evaluate, or maybe it just auto evaluates. Oh. Gosh, yeah, I'm really stiff. This is so annoying. Hellborn says, "Hey Louis, loving the language so far. I was curious if in future you consider Gleam native FFI sugar to avoid having to produce bindings in Erlang. Thank you and love your work." No, and the reason, and this comes from my experience. So no, I don't want to do that, and this comes from my experience writing languages that do have that, such as Reason and Rescript and BuckleScript. And the reason for this is that you end up making a really tiny, obscure, undocumented DSL or badly documented DSL for another programming language. Now, there's already a really good DSL for writing another programming language, and that is that programming language. You know, in Gleam we try and make things as clear as possible. And if you open a file and it says, "Oh, we call this JASI function," you open the JASI function, like, "Oh, look, it constructs a class and does something." That's easy. But if you were to see, let's see what it might look like. You know, so if I were to have a function called, I don't know, need an example. What would be an example? So we want to use the JavaScript until date number 4. There you go. So say I want to use that. So how might that work, you know? It's going to be complicated. Format, number. I've not picked a very easy one, so it's not the fairest test, this is it. Or maybe I'll just do one to make the formatter. Formatter, there we go. So we can ignore that part. So this would be like, let's get the object. Let's just pretend it. Yeah, I don't know. It's still a more complicated one. Let's say, yeah, okay, no, we can do this. We can do this. I think. So let's do. Let's say it takes just these. So let's make it even simpler. Let's just say we want. Yeah, let's do that. That's the simplest one, right? So at the moment in Gleam, that would be. Whoa! How did that happen? I'm not sure what button I pressed to make that happen. My ffi.mgs make formatter. So that's the current one, and then you'd open up another file and you see that code. But in this one, it would be. What would we call it? We'd call it. Maybe we could have a special thing for global this. You know, we could have a magic string here that you just have to know about. That could be fine. It used to be empty string in a previous version of Gleam because we did have a special case for that. And then we could say number format. And then we've got an argument called style, which is a string. And then we've got an argument called currency, which is also a string. And we could have an extern. So what could we could extend this to say module function Oof. And then we could have something like, come on, you let me tab. There we go. New, new, use new, true, to say that, hey, this is a class. So like, you construct it here. And then we could say labels as object true. Do something like that, maybe. You know, that would work. And like, I haven't had to write any JavaScript, but like, I'm not convinced that's any easier. Is it easier or better? You're gonna have to go look at the docs to work out all these things are, and it's gonna get more convoluted. Like, so, you know, the original one we had this. You know, we had that. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, so maybe we can pass in some of them. So we could say there's an argument first, which is the language. There we go. Currency. Lots of typing here. So yeah, maybe that would work. And then this labels options could say like everything up until the first labeled argument gets positional, and then the rest get labeled. But is that the best pattern? What if it was the other way around? Like, what if the object was first? I guess you wouldn't use it in that case. So you would need to use JavaScript FFI there. What if you wanted to call a method? You need like another one. So you'd say, you know, method call true. I know it's just like, you know, you've got to make more and more options or more DSL to fill it. And it from my experience, it's just a huge pain in the butt. And then you come to, you know, you look at the docs, how do you do FFI? And it's just, here's all the configuration you need to learn. And you spend all this time like trying to work out how to, okay, how do I, it's the ORM problem. It's the SQL query builder problem. You know what code you want to write. You know how to write it in SQL. You know how to write it in JavaScript, but you can't work out which series of combinations of like configuration and flags and stuff you need to do to get the compiler to output the code you want. It's easier just to write the code you want. And you know, maybe there's some value in this. Maybe there's some cases we can cover, but I'd rather spend my time. I'm happy with the existing system, even if we go, oh, you know, there's a weird temptation to try and write too much things in Gleam, so you end up using dynamic too much, which is, you know, understandable. I did it as well at the beginning. But it would be, yeah, rather than trying to solve that problem, which I think is pretty mild, it'd be cool if we could spend our time focusing on like, okay, so what's a language feature that will actually like improve things, you know? Ooh. Like, how can we make it easier to make JSON decoders? Because JSON decoders are pretty, you know, they're irritating. There's a thing you have to learn which you don't feel like you have to learn in other languages. That's a bit annoying, and you get to a point when, you know, we've got these decode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. functions. At some point there, the number that you want doesn't exist because you've gone too high. Oh, what do we do instead there? And that's a harder, but much more valuable thing to focus on. Or just things like, how do we make the language server do auto-completion better? That's kind of boring, I guess, but like, everyone's going to love it when auto-completion works like really well all the time. That's going to be great. So yeah, good question. I enjoyed that. I love talking about language design, as you can probably tell. And XS Kiefer, welcome. Thanks for the follow. I've got a good friend called O'Keefe. Yeah, it's not you, is it? It's not you, Mikey. Good. So what all my chatting, I've forgotten where we were. So to and panic attack expressions, good. So I presume then I've closed that issue. Looks like it. Oh, another Kiefer. Just another person from the Keefe clan. Are you an O'Keefe or just a Kiefer? Just. How come wouldn't it be just a Kiefer? In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a 1-minute ad, and then I'm going to have a grab some water, maybe take a painkiller because my neck is really irritating me. And then I'll be right back, folks. Okay, see you in a second. Press the button. Off we go. How exciting. So I said 13 past on the thing, but it's not 13 past. I'm back. Hello, Eba. Eba. Welcome to Louis Gets Confused by People's Names. I've just got like perfectly normal names, and I'm like, I gotta read them on screen. Good. Good. So, what do we want to do? Oh, look, I reported this one. So let's do this fellow. False positives, blah, 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 blah. That's exciting. So what's the error here? The error is coming from this, I think. I think it's saying you're not allowed to have a there's not allowed to have a hold in a type signature, which is valid in some places in Gleam. And it just means I haven't filled in this part of the type signature yet. So let's do something about that. So let's look at the definition for type. Type AST is there, or just type? Type, okay. Here we go. So, is that a typo? I've heard people say use the term typehole to mean several different things. So I'll just describe what it is. It's a way of you saying in an annotation, and I don't care to write what the rest of this annotation is. You fill in, you just put whatever fits there. It doesn't print what that type would be, for example. It doesn't do that. It just passes it. It just says, okay. It's like if you only, it's so you can write half an annotation. So an unbound type variable in sort of compilery type checkery language. Yeah, let the inference do, well, the inference, yeah, exactly. Let the inference do the rest. I mean, the inference always runs, but just say like, and don't compare. I'm not going to give the inference algorithm anything to compare against after it's done its thing. Eba, thanks for following. Yeah, it's exactly as Ben says. So it's like the inference doesn't trust you ever. It just does its thing. Then afterwards it goes, oh, and you said it was a string? Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. It is a string. Hey, Colt Zero, welcome to the chat. How's it going? Good day? So what am I saying? So we need to have a, oh, I need to name this something. What do I call it in the compiler? I think I call it a hole, but let's check. Type. Enum type. Oh. Oh, because it doesn't exist in the AST in the compiler. It just exists in. No. This is the wrong place to look. I should look in the AST enum type AST hole. I just called it hole. Okay. What are you working on? So this is right now what I've got open is the Gleam compiler, but this one I've just opened, or switched back to rather. This is the what is this? This is Glance, which is a parser of Gleam written in Gleam. So you can write Gleam programs that parse Gleam code and then do whatever you want. That's up to you. Often would be used for like static analysis tooling and linters and that kind of thing. Probably planning to try and figure out how to make a custom node editor in Blender today. That's really cool. That sounds awesome. Blender's an amazing bit of software. I would love to know how to use Blender, but my list of I would like to be able to is so big. I know I'm never going to get around to Blender. Dealt with it some time ago, and someone else's open source project. This time I want to try and figure out how it truly works. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, and oh my gosh, Eva, thank you so much for the subs. Thank you so much. Oh, people are so nice, aren't they? I like streaming. You guys are awesome. You folks are just the best. So let's call this hole type. Can it ever take an argument? Let's go back to here. No targetable windows. What did I just press? There we go. Oh, it can have a name. That's interesting. Okay. Good. Well, let's see what horrible type errors we get from this then, eh? I mean, I could use this. Oh wow! I'm surprised. Okay, I guess I never match on the AST. I only ever consume it. So there you go. I would like to learn how to use. This is trouble. This thing. It just shows diagnostics. I'll give you an example. There you go. So it shows you the error message here. I would like to find a better way to integrate this. Like it has all this dead space here. I'd like to get rid of that. Like if it just took up that much room, it would be really useful. I don't know how to do that. My own list is too long and it's all for one project. Yeah, I guess I could probably say that as well. Gleam is big. Gleam is a pretty big project, but I want to do things like learn the tin whistle, learn some basic electronics. I want to build a second electric bike. I want to get back into DJing. You know, I've got so many things I want to do, and I'm gonna do almost none of them. Specifically, I'm aiming to make a node editor that can modify values that are stored in Blender's object custom properties. And I'm making another Blender add-on where I'm storing the data in object custom properties. And I want to make a node editor to make modifying them more intuitive. I understood about 10% of that. Oh gosh! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh wow, thank you folks. Chris Heaven, thank you so much for the subscriptions. And we've started a hype train. I'm not entirely sure what a hype train is. Oh, I'm supposed to also add like a Whoa, I've just bought a house. Don't know how much I've taken. Blimey, congratulations. I got a flat and then I spent like a solid year making it livable. That was painful. But congratulations. I'm sorry for the loss of all your free time. Okay, so maybe I would just take a second to try and work out if I can just really fast add that overlay thing that I said I was going to add, where like when people subscribe it pops up, but I'm not sure how to do that. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to give myself 2 minutes, and if I can't do it in 2 minutes, then I give up. So I want to go to the section called alerts, and then I want to I've got something called alerts box v1. That's probably it, right? And I've got a browser link. So now if I add a let's go here. Oh no, let's do it on this page. I'm going to add a browser input. I'm going to call this alerts. Twitch alerts. You can't see what I'm doing either. How handy. And how big should it be? I don't know, like 400 by 400? Is that a good idea? And then I'll just press the button. Oh no. That doesn't look right, does it? How are they going to fix that? Oh no, how do I don't know? Oh dear. Okay, well I don't think that's gonna work. What does it say? The page cannot be found. That doesn't sound right at all. Oh my gosh, I've just looked back to the other I've just opened chat again and wow. Oh my gosh, an amazing anonymous person has just gifted 1, 2, 3, loads. How many? 10 subs. Thank you so much. Amazing. Oh, if only I got the thing working for that. That would have been really cool. But I don't know how to do that, so. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so now I've got like a little invisible square above my head that isn't showing an error. But maybe it will... I don't know how to test it. I need a Twitch for Beginners book. Even as a watcher, there's a huge domain of followers, gifts, subs, banners, and I've no idea what it all means. Yeah, I'm struggling too, but it's been really fun figuring it all out. I don't know, this anonymous person, really cool. Super, super cool. Send test alert, okay. Yay, there it is. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the corner, and let's make it bigger. Oh, that's so cool. And you know what? If everything goes well, I'm gonna get some custom Lucy. I'm gonna get some Lucy animations made. I think that'd be really cool. I'll send another test to let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really happy with that. Followed. Okay, so maybe I can. How do I? Well, save changes. Okay, so now how do I put it on all the other screens? I want to... Lucy might win? Great question. I don't know how to do that. So how do I put the exact same source on multiple scenes? Copy. I'm going to go here, then I can do paste reference. Nice. And then I can do it again here, paste reference, and then I'm not actually gone away. I'm still here. Don't tell anyone. Okay, good. Now it's on every screen. Hey, quick, someone follow so we can see it. Oh gosh, my sub goal has been met as well. I've achieved a hype train. Yay! Okay, I'm having fun. I've been awarded something. I don't know what that means. Yay! Look at that. Hey, you unfollowed to refollow. That's cheating. Or maybe Ben just never followed me. I mean, that'd be upsetting. I'm having a hard time finding a list of primitives. I see int, float, string, and bool in the language tour. I assume there are others. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by primitive, but if you mean the things that are defined in the prelude, they are int, string, float, bit array, UTF-8 char point. No, is it just called Unicode char point? Char point. Nil, results. Whoa, there was a thumbs up there. I looked away and then there was like a little... Was there a little thumbs up? Was it just me? Did I just see that? So I think that might be all of them. I might be forgetting something. List. Lists are very important. There's also list. I think that might be everything. Should I ask the person who created the language and said, yeah, ask Haley or Jack or Ben. Ask Ben. Ben's in the chat right now. I think you're my first follow. Oh. I think if you do a thumbs up with your hand, it pops up thing. It didn't do it. I think. Oh. How does that happen then? Okay. I don't know. It's all very mysterious. Hype train complete at level 4, 22. I'm not sure what that means. It's from Mac. You need to hold the gesture. Whoa! What? 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 What did... No, genuinely, what did that? Whoa. Hold on. Okay, so I'm using... is there an equivalent for defining specific incisors? No, there's not. Not in the prelude. There's a library for doing that. So let me get this straight, because that wasn't the Twitch branding, was it? Is that just because I'm using my phone as a webcam that if I do this, try the double V sign. Whoa. I feel like I'm on holiday posing for a photo. You know, you're trying to look cool. You just stay there. macOS detects when a video app is running and tries to recognize the gestures. That is so obnoxious. That's so obnoxious. I kind of like it, but now 2 horns, what like that? Hey, I got a follow instead. That's much better. Come on, give me something cool. Cheese. Oh, everyone's just telling me to do things and nothing happens. I'm pretty sure I'm being trolled. Oh my gosh! Hello everybody, we've got raided, and we know that we've been raided because as of a few seconds ago we've managed to set up. Ooh, how does distance? Oh, it's gone. That thing. Welcome everybody. Oh yeah, everyone's trying to set me up for memeable shots because I just did this. Hey, and then come on Apple, don't let me down. It did that. Isn't that amazing? And slash really strange. How much of my computer's processing power is being wasted on doing like that specifically? Can you change your background to green, please? Yes, I can. Hold on. Oh no, it's how do I do it? How do I do it? Filters. Here we go. Chroma key. Oh no, room reveal. You can see my very large lime that I stand in front of all the time. It's a very serious programming stream. Well, yeah. So doing double hand signs give you follows and raids. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? I did that and then suddenly I got a follower and then a whole bunch of lovely people joined. I suppose it's an oddly smooth line. That's a sentence that has never been said before. Ooh, Oh, I don't know about that. I guess we could do some more of that programming stuff that I said I was going to do before I got distracted by what was it? I got someone. Oh yeah, someone gave me a sub, I think. And I was like, oh, I should have added the thing. Okay. So how was your stream, Dylan? What did you get up to? I saw you've been using a lot of that very impressive looking effects library for TypeScript. Were you playing with that? Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Let me just quickly go through my scenes and lock all the things I've just changed. No, I'm still here. I promise I'm still here. There we go. Fabulous. We were playing around with effects, yes. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Do 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 do. I love the enthusiasm that's coming from. I love the enthusiasm for it that's coming from your Twitter feed at the moment. Oh wow, Glitch has been published now? No way. Hey, there we go. Nice. Nice. Oh, it's been published for a while, eh? I didn't realise. Okay. Can I use it yet? I guess not. I don't know. Oh, pre-order ads are on. Run an ad break to disable them. It's telling me. Yeah, I don't really know what I use a bot for, but I'm very slowly starting to understand this Twitch thing. Very slowly, extremely slowly, fully usable. So what are we doing today? Today, I did Redis last time. I don't want to continue that because I've got a limited time. I can't be here all day. And last time I got sucked into it and spent 5 hours programming, implementing Redis from scratch, which was really fun. And you can see it on my last YouTube video or Twitch VOD or whatever. So now I'm just going through some like little bits and bobs. Oh, I got a follow! I love this thing. This thing's so cool. Oh, does it make a noise? Let me know if it makes a noise. I'm curious about that. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this stuff works. Put this down a bit. I'm not that tall. There we go. So I'm going through some bugs that are in a Gleam parser in Gleam that I wrote a while back, and some folks are using for static analysis. No noise. That's probably okay. It probably would be a bit annoying if there was, you know, lots of bells and whistles and things. Although maybe at some point in the future I'll add that voice to text thing so I can get people to troll me with mildly offensive messages. In exchange for money, I'm well up for being gently bullied for money. So why not? Pays the bills, eh? So what did I just do? I have just added a type variant for type holes. Yes, there we go. So now let's add a test that works with type holes. Type, let's find an alias somewhere. There we go. Actually, no, let's put it, oops. Let's put it by the alias test. Oh no. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, this is actually invalid. Like, this is not valid Gleam, but it is Gleam. Good, and this should be type hole. No, this should be hole type with the name whatever. Oh, I think I've. There we go. And I haven't imported the hole. That's a strange sounding phrase. I'm having a good time. Good. Error. So I got unexpected token discard name. This is the error that they reported in the issue. So let's work out when that would happen. If I can, my fingers are like one key to the left, so none of my key bindings will work. Key bindings are working, rather. So I presume there's a function called type. That sounds like something I'd call it. There we go. oh, this looks really easy. Okay, so I can just copy this. So I could call it, as it's hitting discard name token, it says. Discard name, and they can call this whole type. Boom. Oh, all these bugs are just too easy. Oh, I should add to the change log for this. Added support for type holes. What's Glance's take on invalid Gleam? Ran into a little philosophical question that when checking if a constant contains a panic, I don't think it would compile in real life. So Glance is more forgiving than the Gleam compiler's parser is, but not by much. It's not much more. It's not much more strict. Neither of them would accept a panic in a constant expression. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm trying to read the text on the little preview over there, but I can't read it. Pixel Co-Development, that's a cool name. And Newsy God and Johnny Tebs, and XXH64. Your name sounds familiar. Have we spoken on GitHub, perhaps? I'm not sure. Does feel familiar. You may want to fix the typo in the test name. Oh. So this is why you don't need Copilot and you don't need any of that jazz. All you need is a typo. Oh no! I've been accidentally naughty. Okay. Let's save that, shall we? Does that mean I don't need a linter? I've got Twitch chat. There's always a fellow in the chat who's got my back. Added support for type holes, nice. And let's see what we've done. Easy. There's not any documentation in this library, which is a shame. But I didn't really want to spend any longer than I had to in making a. Who just followed me? Oh, I'm not going to be able to. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say Paka. I don't know how the actual characters are pronounced. But welcome. Ali asshole, not super friendly. Did I get it wrong again? Alias asshole, Ali asshole. But yeah, I can't remember what I made. Oh, I made this for Exorcism, and because I wanted the parser so that I could tell some things about the students. So Exorcism is a really lovely website. Let's just quickly look at that for context. Exorcism. It's a lovely website where you can learn programming languages for a series of challenges. They've got so many language tracks. Look at all these. If you want to learn COBOL or Dart or Elm or Go or Lua or PHP or Prolog or Python or Rust or SQLite, that's new, or Unison or VimScript or Assembly or you name it. I don't know why you'd want to do those because Gleam is right here. Like you clearly want to do Gleam. Oh, that's the old logo. We need to get them to update the logo. That's outdated. So we've got a Gleam one. And I got funding from the Erlang Ecosystem Foundation. These fellas, good bunch, to fund the creation of this, which is not just a set of challenges, but actually a course that teaches you Gleam in like a more full fat version of the language tool that we have on the website. So it's pretty cool stuff. But I wanted a parser for that, and I didn't want to spend loads of time like making the world's nicest, more documented library. I just wanted to get it done so I could move on to making the content, because it took quite a long time to make this. There's a lot of content. The course is pretty fun. Yeah, I agree. I think it's really nice. The Exorcism folks have done a fantastic job with their whole platform, and you can, once you've submitted a solution, you can ask for mentoring, which might be from me if I have time. But I progressively don't. If any Gleam programmers in the house want to do some good stuff and don't know what to do, mentoring some students is a really great way to help. Good. Why did I open this? I can't remember now. Anyway, that is good. And we are going to have closed this from Buxy. Pass type holes. Closes. Nice. Boom. And oh, I opened this issue. Can I create a code editor like Vim in Gleam? Oh, thank you for the follow. Shilolo Mayor. Thank you so much. Can I create a code editor in Vim? Not in Vim. You can make a code editor in Vim. Can I make an editor like Vim in Gleam? You can. You're going to have trouble with, if you want to run it on the Erlang backend, you're going to have trouble interacting with getting keyboard events and standard input. That's something that, that's something that the Beam isn't particularly suited to for reasons I don't understand. The Erlang standard library doesn't expose enough of the control of a standard input. I'm not explaining this very well at all, but it's something we're struggling with, and we want to, or rather members of the Gleam community want to try and figure out like a plan of attack. So like to ask the Erlang OTP maintainer, say, hey, we think that you could expose this thing, and then we will be able to do these things, and hopefully they'll go for it. But I don't think anyone's worked on that, because the main person who was doing this, she got a new job, which is great, but it meant she had less time for working on her 2E projects. So it swings around about, say, life happens. That's the nature of open source. So let's write a test for this thing. This is the last thing, and then we can push this, and everyone's going to be very happy with me that I fixed all the bugs that I've ignored for a long time. Nope. TY4, the HK, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Am I supposed to thank everyone for follows? I quite like thanking everyone. Holy moly, thanks for showing me the Exism org. I literally started my coding journey this week, and the website would be a great resource. Amazing! That's so cool. That's really awesome. And Fire Amethyst, thank you so much as well. That's really awesome. Cool to hear you've just started picking up programming. So Exism is targeted at people who know a little bit already. So you might find it doesn't help you quite as much with like the very basics of programming, but it's an amazing way to refine your skills and get advice and stuff like that. So definitely use it. You might want to pair it with another resource to teach you the very basics of programming in whatever language it is that you choose. Finished my first project in Free Code Camp. Oh, fantastic. Now that's a really good first resource. Good. So I think you're well positioned to start taking advantage of, the JavaScript track on Exism or whatever language it is that you've been doing. That's really cool. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the programming train. It's really fun. At least I think it's really fun. Takes up all my time. Negative float. Bug tests, and let's copy I'm going to copy the URL of this issue just so we've got a little bit of context. So the body is going to be, it's not going to be this, it's going to be an expression, and it's going to be a float. Floats, show me an example of a float being used. Okay, so they have strings inside them. Is that really how it works? Yeah, that's wrong. Should we do one for ints as well? Now this could be This could be anything. Let's see what it does by default though. Lovely. What we got here? So it's saying it is. So I'm looking at the int test, and it says negate int. That one's fine. That one is fine. We'll see how this goes though. Negate int. I mean, both of those are valid representations of what that code is. But I need to change these line numbers. 24. And this is going to be 25. Yes. Hello, Venomzilla. Welcome over in YouTube chat. The Redis in Gleam was really nice. You should do what the bot is saying and watch Louis' last stream to get started. Oh yeah, my previous stream was good fun. We implemented Redis from scratch in Gleam. It was really good. And we used a course called Codecraft to sort of tell us, what to do next. To which there's a referral link in the description, YouTube, or floating in Twitch chat at the moment. So remove the negative from 11. Oh yes. Well spotted, well said. That's what I get for talking to you lovely people rather than focusing on my very serious programming. So this is going to be an interesting. I think this is going to be the one that is potentially actually going to be. Whoa! I got a sub. Amazing. Thank you so much, Merino Fox. Thank you so much. Okay, so that one I heard a noise. Did you hear a noise when the little thing happened? Oh, and thank you for the follow, Gandalf. Was there a noise, folks? Folks in the chat. Or was it just me that get? We don't hear the noise. Interesting. So I hear the noise, but you don't. That's it. I think there might be a little one that you hear from my speakers going into my microphone. For me, it was quite loud, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So, like, how do you? What? Gosh, I am confused by this. How do I make it? I just don't know. I just don't know how OBS works. I don't know how any of this works, frankly. Why would they put noise in it if it doesn't? No, I've no idea. I give up. Good. Well, it's hard for me to miss. That's for sure. Excuse me. Sorry about that. What time is it? It's nearly 4. I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and then I'm going to upset myself by trying to fix this bug and failing. So, actually, the Gleam Wikipedia space says the language inspired / influenced by Elm. Did you work professionally with Elm or just as a hobby? I did professionally do Elm, not as the main language at that place, but we did have Elm in production. I will follow if you tell me the difference between an integral and an antiderivative. One of them is one word and one of them is 2 words. And thank you so much. You all distract me very much. Thank you, MT Zach 9. Mountain Zach 9, maybe, perhaps. Right. 2-minute break, and then I'll be back with you, folks. Where's the 2-minute break button? There it is. And then holding screen. And then I stop talking to you. Bye. So I've said 53 on the screen, but it's not 53 yet. Sorry everyone, I've very mildly lied. And thanks for the follow, Hello Spacey and Dandy Codes. Put my programmer gloves back on. That was a fun little math rabbit hole. They're the same thing. No, they are definitely written differently. I can see it. I haven't done math. I dropped out of school twice, and I've not done maths in a very long time. So I don't think I've even heard of either of those words. All three of those words are new to me. No, I know that I've heard the word auntie. That's like the opposite of your uncle. My level of humour. Good. Nope, not that one. Oh, I think I've muted some other random thing. Oh, Ben, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to do now. I was going to try and... You heard it. But was it from... What was it from, though? Was it from... I just don't know. What does this button do? Twitch alerts. Oh, I found it. I found a thing that says Twitch alerts in a volume thing. But how do I... It's all grayed out. How do I... I don't know. What I need to do is I need to find a person in London. I bet one of my friends is a streamer. In fact, I know one of my friends is a streamer, so I need to go ask him IRL. Although I've not seen him in like 10 years, so maybe someone who I know slightly better than that. Leo the Amigo. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. I like this little thing. This is fun. It'd be even better if it was Lucy, right? We need to get some Lucy animations made. So, float. Expression units. So when we have a minus... Interesting. Okay, maybe this is actually easy. Okay, I suddenly think this is going to be really easy, which is really boring. Okay. So I think this should crash now. Boom, there we go. So in this case, we just say like... float. That feels kind of ugly, but like, does it pass the tests? Hey, easy peasy. Why not match on the float one before the int? Does the float one... I mean, the problem I think actually is that, so we're using a lexer that's from another library, and the lexer, so the Gleam compiler lexer will lex that as one token, negative floats, but the Gleam, this Gleam lexer in Gleam lexers it as 2 tokens. So you can't, it's not that the float one is higher in the chain, it's that it's 2 tokens when it's sort of designed if it's just 1 token. This is fine. It's fine, who cares? I love how you put issue 10. Oh yeah, let's look at that. That's great. This is the high quality documentation you can expect to find if you work with me. So context, issue 10. Okay, let's click on issue 10 and see where it goes. It says context, issue 9. I hope it just goes on forever. Like this has got to be 8, right? Oh, boring. This is like an actual report. How disappointing. Oh no, I've just closed Safari. Okay, so if I go back to yeah, I've just completely glitched out. I've totally confused OBS now. Let me find Safari. There we go. What? Oh, it's because I clicked on Lucy. I forgot. I was like, it's not Pride Month yet, is it? After a while, let us know which of the various funding streams actually works best. Twitch subscriptions, GitHub sponsors, whatever it is YouTube does, LiberaPay, etc. Libera? Do you think it's Libera or Libera? So if you want to support me, the easiest way, so if you go by GitHub, or I think LiberaPay, it's the most money for me. And GitHub is the easiest one. So there you go. Just go here and you can sponsor as much as you want, either monthly or one time. You can pick any number you want. I don't care. Pick the really big number though. You know, that's the correct thing. Pop lots of 9s in this box. That's the correct thing to do. But there's other options. Like, say for example, some people are not a huge fan of. Come on, you load. Some people are not a huge fan of the whole GitHub thing. They don't want to give them the credit card information, so they've got LiberaPay for that, which I need to do a stream of. Oh, there's a patron missing. That's interesting. I need to do a stream of downloading these people so I can add them. I've got a little tool that builds. I'll show you what it builds. It builds this. It builds the thank yous in the release notes, and then it builds this thing where we show all the people who are supporting us. I want to add the LiberaPay people to that as well, but I haven't done it yet. LiberaPay. So I need to modify that script. And that script's a bit crusty and old, so it's a bit tricky. One for another stream, I suppose. But on top of that, we're here in Twitch and we're in YouTube as well. So if you want to, you can, yeah, you can throw bits or sub or do a super like. I think that's what they call it on YouTube. I don't know, all these different things. See you later, Johnny. And the last way, oh yeah, and I've got a referral link for Code Crafters. So if you've got some training budget you want to spend, click on my link and then get your work to pay for it, and I get a cut from that. The YouTube and Twitch take a large cut. GitHub and Libera take. GitHub takes no cut. I think LiberaPay, I can't remember if they take a small amount for processing. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think, or maybe you pick how much cut to give them. I don't know. I can't remember. Hello, Ronnie. How's it going over in gosh, my brain's frazzled. Over there in YouTube land. Having said that, I do need to log off soon because I've got to get to Brixton for 6 and it's 4 now and I need to get ready. So I should probably log off pretty shortly actually. But let's finish off. Let's finish off this. We fixed that bug. I thought that was going to take like, I don't know, 20 minutes at least, and it took us 20 seconds. Oh dear. Got a test for it. We kept the old test. We have a test to make sure the int one still works. Fixed a bug where negative floats would pass as negate int of a float. Not a gloat. That's a different thing. So many place names. I bet Brixton is just the neighbour's house. Houses in London. We live in very small boxes. No, Brixton's south of the water, so very exotic for me. I don't go south very often. Oh yes, and I accidentally. That's what we got derailed by because I accidentally closed the issue. Not the issue. I closed the browser window by mistake. Blimey. Oh, it's raining. It was lovely when I started this. That's not any fair. Now I want to go outside and it's raining. Fix negative float passing bug. You're stuck with us then. No. Rain doesn't stop English people from going out. We wouldn't be able to go out otherwise. We just complain about it. Victoria line represent. I gotta say, I'm extreme. As someone who doesn't commute and hasn't done for a long time, I'm not at all looking forward to getting to Brixton at rush hour. That journey is hell. Maybe if I just leave right now, I can walk it. 2 hours might be about enough to walk it. Probably not, actually. Good. I'm gonna publish this actually, but I'm gonna publish it in a second terminal because I don't trust you folks. / I don't not trust myself to accidentally paste my API key onto stream. That would be what we in the business call bad. Yeah. Let's just run the test again to make sure it does work. Good, I'm happy with that. So in my other terminal, I'm going to write Gleam publish, and it's going to say, do you want to do this? And I'm going to go, yeah, I do want to do this. I do want to publish things. And make sure I type this into the right terminal. It's compiling. Hey, this is an ASMR stream now. I was just looking around Twitch because I was trying to work out what people like on Twitch, and I found the ASMR section, and I gotta say, it's horrific. What on earth is going on in there? Like the sound of somebody licking a microphone. Really, really very unpleasant. Like really quite uncomfortable. I was horrified. I wasn't sure what to think. Well, if it makes people happy, I suppose. Oh, I've just realised I forgot to change the version number. So, let's grab that. And this is the 25th now. And 11, yes. How many subs to get to lick a microphone? The other day I had Newbie, my beautiful cat, he was purring and I had him really close to the microphone. That sounded really cool. It's like, except like cool and not like some sad dude in his 30s making an uncomfortable noise with his mouth. Good, so let's actually commit this. Boom, and now I'm going to publish in my other window. Yes, I do want to publish this. Do I want to publish it? Yes, I do want to publish it. My username is this. My password is this. And then I want to put some tags to push. Wicked. Excuse me. Lovely. Nice. So I probably should have titled this something to do with parsing rather than just bug bashing, but whatever. Okay, so this hasn't updated yet, but that's okay. It takes a little while for packages site to get it. Yeah, there you go. It's been uploaded to Hex. Gosh, this is very bright. It's all white. Marvelous. Well, that's. I think that's a good number of bugs today. So I do auto publishing on CI for my packages. Git push, and that's it. Feels really nice. Yeah, I'm just too lazy to set that up. Should probably do that. I've also got this like full sense of security that like because I'm slightly more manual. It's harder for me to accidentally do. But then I think I'm much more like to mess up the manual process. So I'm quite attached to the manual process now. I'm not good enough at Git for that. I'll resolve a merge conflict wrong or something. Yeah. I think we've got non-interactive options for Git publish now. I think we should really add support. Do we support? I think we might support API keys as well now. I think. Yeah, should probably just do that. Probably. So, gosh, okay. Time for me to get ready, eat some food, get out the door. Which means I'm gonna raid someone. I'm sure if we raided Prime, he wouldn't even notice. So there's like 0 point in doing that whatsoever. Sort options, reorder your channel. No, I don't want to do that. Anyone got any recommendations for people that we should raid? Any of your favourites online, other than myself, of course. I know that I am your favourite streamer. No 22, but we're all going over the news. Maybe I should start reading the news. Programming Hussy builds. What does it say? Startup. It's in Clojure. Clojure's pretty cool. Shale. Is it shale codes? Shale codes. Shale codes. Not found. Okay. Shale codes. Ruby on Rails.
Tons of that happening at the moment, but we really
good English accent, nice, approved. Jack and Dylan offline as well. StarCraft and Joe, I do quite like a good bit of the old StarCraft. So Day 9 was one of the first streamers, right, on Twitch back when it was called Justin TV, and I've been watching him for like over a decade now, I think. Gosh, how old am I? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So it's good choice. Do we recognize anything else? I don't know what Dragon Ruby is. Wow, I've been working on Unreal Engine for 10 years. I like to not go for the game programmers, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being a bit silly with that. I like to try and always do people who are doing unfun programming. Strictly only boring programming allowed here. Oh, Ableton bot. That sounds really cool. Wow, that sounds really interesting. What are these things? What are these things? People, what are these folks?
Stream depending on when I make it back, and it'll probably just be like chill out sort of gaming type of thing. Maybe we can do some community games.
Sounds like he's leaving. Ableton the door. Yeah, you can. I used to work for a music tech company. It's quite fun.
Good. Well, pain, but good. She has.
I think maybe the Ruby on Rails is winning, eh? So how do I do it? I can do it in. I grab the name. Oh, how do I grab the name? This is. There we go. Right, where's my raid button? I've got one here somewhere. Rad day. Raid a channel. Add. Which one is the raid? Here we go. Press the button. And start raid. Okay, here we go. Oh, with this button I can't see the chat anymore. That's silly. If you folks are saying things, I can't tell. All right, let's go. Leroy Jenkins.
Problem or how to do what you need to do is
bye, folks.
80% of the time it's going to be there.
Much love.
But we almost have information overload at times. So never hesitate to reach out if you need some support, because sometimes it's just that